We are here to be the best version of ourselves. We are here to be that 100% version. I know that when I get to, 80, 90 years of age, if I'm lucky enough to live that long, I don't want to look back and think to myself, could I have been better?
This is the Student Leadership News Podcast.
Wonderful. Welcome to this episode of the Student Leadership News Podcast. It is great to be with you today. And today I'm actually joined by a special guest, someone that we haven't had on the Student Leadership News Podcast before, but someone who is very inspirational, someone who shares the message of perseverance and a lot more leadership messages to students all across the country. Today I am joined by John Coutis. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Cam. How are you, buddy?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
Mate, it is a massive pleasure to be here. Now, you and I have known each other for a few years.
We have, yes.
And in fact, you know what? I call him Gadge because he's my gadget guy. He's my go-to guy. Anything technology, in fact, anything at all, he has got answers for me, coming out of his pockets. You do very well, mate. Very well.
Oh, thanks, mate. Now, if you're watching the video, you may notice something, John. What is that?
I've got a dog on my lap.
Yes, yeah, and that you're extremely good looking.
That's Mr. Handsome.
Yes.
All the kids call me Mr. Handsome. And of course, I have no legs.
No legs.
So it might be a bit hard to tell on this lounge here because it's a recliner, and funny enough, lots of leg room. But I have no legs. Ride a skateboard to get around. And the guys that subscribe to the Student Leadership Podcast, I dare say, may have at some time or another even seen me speak on stage.
Yes, at the Halogen National Young Leaders Days.
Yeah, the NYLDs.
Yes, you're a very common speaker there.
Look, I just love what I do, mate, and that's and I hope that comes across in my presentations on stage. Yeah, really love it.
So John Coutis, what do you do with your time? What kind of things do you do?
When I'm not working, I like to fish.
Yes, very nice.
Go to the movies.
Okay.
Do a whole variety of different things. I love live sport. Travel as well, because I travel so much for work. It's good just to go on a holiday when you can. But then, in saying that, it's a bit of an oxymoron actually, Gadge, because I also like to be in my own home when I'm not working, because I spend so much time away. I actually like being in my own home.
So some of the students listening may actually have had you in their school in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've just been over in New Zealand.
I have, yeah.
How many schools did you get to while you were over there?
I think Ed and Roni organised, or might have been close to 8 in 12 days.
Yeah, okay,
which was absolutely awesome. We went to Palmy, or Palmerston North is what it's called, but all the locals call it Palmy. Palmy over here for us is something completely different.
It's a piece of food.
It's chicken.
Yes, it's very delicious. But probably the locals over there aren't so delicious. No.
Not some of the ones that I saw. They look like they're big dudes, mate. So, muscle doesn't taste so well. No. So we went to Palmy, up into Auckland, spoke at a few schools in Auckland, went down to Napier, Mohaka, Gisborne, just Rary as well, down into Christchurch. Went to a variety of places, and I've got to say, New Zealand is a beautiful island.
It is.
It is absolutely spectacular how green it is. And as we spoke about earlier today, I really enjoyed watching the rivers flow with force.
Yeah.
I know that in Australia here, we are suffering one of the world's worst droughts, as an island.
Yeah.
I mean, you only got to drive 2 hours west of any city and you're in dirt.
Yeah.
You really are. And I think there are some people that are just so used to it, it's been their whole life. But when you go to New Zealand and you see the way that those rivers, those beautiful rivers are flowing, and how green the scenery is, it is truly, truly spectacular.
Yeah. I know, I've been over there and it's a beautiful place. And we may even have some listeners who are listening from over in New Zealand. Maybe they've been at one of the schools that you just went and talked to.
Well, maybe they did. And if you have, then let us know.
Let us know, yes. Comment down below.
Yep.
Leave a comment, send us a message or something like that.
And
That
if
would be
you
great.
haven't, if you'd like me to come to your school, let us know that too.
Yes, you can let them know. www.johncoutis.com.
That's it.
Excellent.
And go to bookings and it's all there.
It's all there. Or you're also appearing at the upcoming Helgen National Young Leaders Days.
That is correct, yes. Looking forward to that. It starts very soon. We got Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne this year. And then we've got the remaining 7 start off, I think, March next year.
Yes, I believe so.
Looking forward to that. That's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, it's always good fun getting to go along to those events and see all the excellent speakers.
And it's about to start.
Yes, it is. But how about we jump into this episode of the podcast and
Let's do it.
They can listen to all your leadership tips. Let's do it.
BLT, Best Leadership Tip.
Okay, JC, so from a young age, you're actually born with legs, but legs didn't work properly.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're exactly on the money.
Now, during your schooling life, you chose to get these amputated. You had quite a tough schooling life from my understanding.
Yes, mate.
What is something that when you look back on school, what's a leadership tip that you would love to give the students at your school if you're back there, or what's a best leadership tip that you could give to student leaders these days? You get to talk to student leaders all across Australia, New Zealand, other places in the world.
Yeah.
Best leadership tip, your BLT.
My BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Yes, we commonly talk about that actually on this podcast. I thought I got away with it. Every single time I say it, I bring up the bacon, lettuce, tomato. And
it's a great sandwich.
It is a great sandwich.
As long as you got crispy bacon.
Okay.
It has to be crispy bacon. If it's not crispy, don't put it on my plate.
Okay. Well, it's good to know how you like your
how
BLTs.
do you like yours?
Oh, I don't know.
Doesn't
just
matter.
Whatever. Yeah, as long as it's not.
Well,
like
on the
ham.
Subway you had today, it wasn't crispy, so that was okay.
That's true. That's true.
So
Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. This always happens.
Food.
This
Food.
always happens in our BLT segments. But JC, your best leadership tip. What do you have?
Look, my BLT, and Gadge, a lot of people think that a leader, regardless of their age, right, especially in school, as like school captains and prefects and house captains, but it's not necessarily the case.
No, yeah.
Right? To me, leaders can be anybody that shines a bright light on others, that influences others, but more importantly, that encourages others.
Yeah.
You know, leaders aren't always out in front.
Mm.
Leaders aren't always the ones saying, this is the way we need to do it. A lot of the times leaders need to be and should be saying, you know what, you've got this. I believe in you. Now you need to believe in yourself.
Mm.
And I never had that at school. In my home life I had it, absolutely, from my mum and dad. But at school, there's no chance in the world that I ever had that at all.
Mm.
And it's something that I wish I did have.
Yep.
But in that era, I'm pretty sure, maybe one of the first, if not the first, with a major disability to be integrated into normal schooling.
Yeah, okay.
You know, in New South Wales, maybe even Australia.
Yeah.
You know. So it was way out of the ordinary, not just for my mum and dad, but for the teachers, the education department, the government. And, you know, I can honestly say that the government back then, they weren't leaders.
Okay.
You know, when my mum and dad fought for a long time to get me integrated, and it finally happened because they wanted me to have inclusion and an education.
Yeah.
You know, so
really
to
important.
me, they were great leaders.
Mm.
You know, they were great leaders.
Yeah, I love that. I think something that we've talked about on the Student Leadership News podcast before is, you know, leadership's not about position or power.
Absolutely.
It's about people.
Yep.
And as long as a leader, you're focusing on the people around you, you're focusing on how you can help them in school,
Yes.
How you can help them reach their potential,
Yes.
then you're a leader. And,
Yes.
and it doesn't require you having a badge that says school captain or anything
Absolutely
like
not, mate. Absolutely not. You know, they're just tokens.
Yeah, yep.
You know what I
get you.
mean? The blazer is just a token.
Yep.
You know, the real leadership is who you are inside,
Yep.
deep down, you know, and what you can offer others. You know, a leader is not someone that gets up on a hill and blows his own trumpet.
Yep.
You know, a leader that is gets up on a hill by pushing other people up the backside to get up there with him.
Yep.
You know, so that's what a leader is.
Love that. Okay, there you go. BLT from JC. leadership isn't about positional power. It's about the people. It's about helping those around
Absolutely.
you. You don't need that position.
Well, look at Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, great example.
Great example. He was locked in jail for 26 years.
Yep.
And yet he still led.
Yep. And even when he came out, he didn't seek vengeance.
No vengeance at all. Such compassion that he had. And if you don't know the story of Nelson Mandela, you need to Google's, okay? Because it's a powerful message.
Yes, it is.
Very powerful message.
Excellent. Well, there we go. BLT. Thanks for that, JC.
You're very welcome, Gage.
Let's jump into our next segment.
3, 2, 1.
Top 3.
Okay, JC, top 3. This is where we talk about a topic and we bring 3 different practical ways that people can unpack it. At the National Young Leaders Days, you talk a lot about goals. It's one of the most important things that you talk about. I think it's really, really important to have goals.
Yep.
You like to give 3 different ways for people, 3 different reasons that goals are really important. Let's go through them.
Righto. Well, I mean, very obvious reasons they are, Gage, that you've got direction.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of people lose sight of where they want to go and how they're going to get there.
Yep.
Okay. So the easy way to stay focused is to look at your goals.
Yep.
And your goals will keep you on track.
Yep.
Okay. Pretty simple stuff. Purpose.
Yep.
Why? Why do you want to do it? How much does it mean to you? And goals should always mean something to you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Goals should always mean something for you.
Yep.
If they don't, you're not going to have the passion to get in there and get it done.
Yep.
Okay. So there's got to be a purpose as well. And then, of course, the last one, which I think is one of the most important ones, is strength. And it shows as a human being how hard you're willing to work to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's going to show how much strength you have deep inside of yourself to not only, I mean, it's not about proving things to others, it's about proving things to you.
That's very true.
Right?
Yep.
The desire that you have, as I said, the passion that you have to get in there and get it done for yourself, So, and everybody has goals that are focused not so much on themselves, but the environment around them. Like for you think of school leaders, or let's say school captains, where they have they have goals focused on their school, right?
Yep.
And I mean that's all great. And even in the workplace, when I do my corporate gigs, I ask people what their goals are. They have goals for their kids or for their family or for their work. You need goals for yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to have these goals for yourself. And when you're not finding those goals, you seem lost. And that's when the direction comes back into it.
Yeah. Yep.
So you got to have those goals.
I think there's so many things that are practical that like student leaders can set goals for, like whether it's better grades at the end of the year, or maybe it's even sporting events they want to do well. I think as a student leadership team as well, it's really important at the start of a year when they start kicking off as student leaders that they actually set goals that are reasonable as well.
Absolutely.
But like you said, I really like what you said. Like it gives you a purpose for it. You need to have the purpose at the end that, like if we achieve this goal, it's going to create this kind of atmosphere. I know for student leadership groups, sometimes at the beginning of the year, their goal could be that we make the funnest year as possible.
Yep.
And so throughout the year, their direction is that we'll just do events that are nice and fun.
Yep.
We'll keep all those things practical, and that's good. But if they forget the purpose of why they're trying to do like fun events, like why they're trying to do a fun run and stuff like that, then it all start to just become blasé, right?
It becomes too heavy.
Yep.
And the big thing to Gadge is that when you're young, your goals got to be fun. Because if they're not fun, you don't want to do them.
Yes.
They become mundane. They draw you down, And, a lot of the times I ask the kids, if school was more fun, would you come earlier? And straight away their hands go up.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course it would be. Who makes it fun? Not that the teachers, it's not their job to make it fun.
No. Yep.
Some can make it fun in the classroom.
Yep.
But who makes it fun are the students.
Yes.
And if they took that lead, if they took that on board to make school more fun, it'll be a whole lot more fun for everybody.
Yeah, I guess that's maybe something that like student leaders can work on as a direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we want more student involvement, I know I hear that a lot from students. We want more students involved with the things we do. We want more students involved with the events that we run.
Yes.
We want more students showing up to school or wearing their uniform. Well, maybe there's an element of fun that needs to be in
If they can put that fun element in it,
Yep.
then they're not going to have an issue.
Things like, I guess, like lollies, giving lollies to people who wear their uniform.
Yeah, or, like mufti days or fundraisers and things like that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I don't think so much that they need to have rewards.
Yep.
Because, lollies these days are probably not the best thing for
No.
you, or,
It's fair.
you know what I mean? But I think, and it's not about, getting to wear, a mufti day because I'm going to get a bloody Mars bar. You know what I mean? You got to have the fun element that is. Have these colour runs in
Yep.
schools and, make sure you wear baggy old clothes because this is what's going to happen at
Yes,
school. Like,
yeah.
be prepared,
Yeah.
people. You know what I mean?
I love
So-
that. I love the idea. You brought it to my mind there where even, if everyone wears their uniform well
Yep.
for maybe like 3 weeks or 4 weeks,
Yep.
then we'll have a mufti day.
Or mufti week even.
Yeah, mufti week, okay? There's
Can you
another
imagine
thing.
that?
Yeah.
3 weeks, 1 week out of the 4, you get a mufti week. But everybody has to
to
be
wear
on
it,
board
yep.
for 3 weeks.
Everyone has to turn up to school, wear
Yep,
their
in your
uniform.
blazers, your
Wow.
ties, whatever school you're at, you got to do the school uniform.
Imagine that. That
Gee.
is insane.
And then for a whole week, they have a fundraising week the whole week.
Yep.
And they dedicate where the funds want to go, and they have different events every day.
Good.
And all that sort of stuff, like the colour
Yep.
runs and the tough mudders. They can do all that in
Yep.
school or ninja, whatever it is these
Yep.
days. The kids love to do. That's a huge thing.
Love that idea.
Imagine having a mufti, not a mufti day, but a mufti week.
Mufti week. There you go.
A mufti week in
Well,
your school.
Listeners or watchers, feel free. If you can make this happen, if you can talk to your teachers, get this
Oh,
happening.
how good would that be? We want to know.
We've set up a goal for you. See if you can achieve it.
Yeah, there you go. There's your goal.
There's your goal. There's a practical way that you can go back to school and see if you can make it happen. And let us know because
Yep.
we would love to see that if that happens.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It would be.
Yeah.
Maybe even JC will come to your school.
There you go.
There you go.
Imagine me coming to your school in mufti week.
Oh,
Oh,
could really round it off. Well,
Imagine
there you go.
Imagine me doing a colour run.
Oh.
I'd have to do it a colour roll.
Yeah.
Skateboards don't go real good in the grass.
You could take a white skateboard and like get it coloured because all the paint would make it coloured. There you go. I like that idea. Maybe we'll have to make this happen.
And then maybe we could auction the board off.
Yeah, there you go.
Raise some more funds.
I love that idea.
Good stuff, mate.
Okay, well, there we go. Top 3 ways that reasons that goals are important, and also ways to have goals.
Yes.
Yeah, love it. Okay, let's
Beautiful.
jump into our last segment.
Last segment it is.
My favorite idea.
Yeah, my favorite idea, JC. This is where we talk about one of my favorite ideas. Usually, it's from the Student Leadership News website, and there's heaps of great ideas going up there at the moment.
Yep.
However, actually, we're going to change a little bit today. We're going to do a little bit differently. We're going to talk about my favorite idea that you're discussing at the moment, which is your message of perseverance and why perseverance is so important. Can you tell me why you think perseverance, for student leaders in particular, is such a important characteristic to have?
Do you know how boring life would be if we didn't have perseverance?
Probably pretty boring.
No, well, starters, there's no probablys in my life.
Okay.
Right? There's no probablys, maybes, what ifs, should haves, could haves, outcomes. It's either yes or no.
Okay.
Okay.
So boring.
Boring. Absolutely boring. Boring as bat poo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, the reason I don't have those other words because it's confusion.
Mm.
It's grey matter. Okay, so we've got to keep things simple.
Yep.
So back to perseverance is that if you didn't persevere at things, you'd have nothing in your life.
Yep.
Because the things that are worth having are not the ones ever given to us.
Yep.
The things that are worth having are the ones that we got to get off our backside and make happen ourselves.
Mm.
I mean, there are so many people, Gage, in this world that are handed things on silver platters.
Yep.
And I don't even know what a silver platter looks like.
Okay. Yep.
I have no idea. So everything I have in my life, I have worked tirelessly hard for.
Mm.
I've made plenty of mistakes along the way. I've had failures, but all of those failures and mistakes have all been lessons. Every single one of them, right?
Yep.
So, and we got to really keep persevering at our goals to have these achievements, because life can become very, as I said, mundane and very simple if we're not working hard towards the things that we want.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you want a new car,
Yep.
then, it might be a little bit too expensive, but you go and work hard.
Yep.
You persevere at your job. You save your money, right? And then the end goal is you've got a new car.
Yeah. I guess it's the same with school results, right? Like if you want an A or a really high result or a good mark, then you're going to have to persevere through lots of
you've got to
study.
study. Absolutely. I mean, and why would you go through life being a 70% person? Why? That's not why we're here.
Yep.
We are here to be the best version of ourselves.
Yep.
We are here to be that 100% version. I know that when I get to, 80, 90 years of age, if I'm lucky enough to live that long, I don't want to look back and think to myself, could I have been better?
Yeah.
I
true.
I want to look back and thought, well, holy crap, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've learned a lot of lessons. But could I have done it better? I don't think so, because I gave it my all.
I think that's a good way of looking at it, because I think sometimes people see mistakes or failures as a roadblock, but really it's something that you can persevere over.
Yep.
I know that you could still fail at getting a result or not get the mark that you want.
Yep.
And some people would say, well, I persevered, I pushed to this point,
Yep.
but it didn't work for me. But no, that's not the point at all. The point is, you'll have failures and you'll have things that stuff up.
You need to.
But that's where the perseverance comes in, right?
Yeah, right. Because you know what failure and the mistakes do? They build resilience.
Yes. Yep.
Right? And I don't want anyone in this world to not have resilience. Everybody in this world should have resilience. You fall down, you get up. There's resilience. You got to work hard to get a good result at something, at an exam or at school. Then there's resilience. You're working hard. You know what I mean? You're not letting it beat you.
Yep.
So you got to have that resilience.
Love that.
Can you imagine not having resilience in your life?
Yeah.
And I do have a big fear that some of these younger generations that are coming through don't have any of that resilience, and these guys are going to run our country. So we could end up being a walkover, because they don't have any strength, they don't have any resilience, they don't have any passion, because the lawn mowing parents have gone in there and paved the way for them, Yeah.
Okay, so perseverance really, I guess that builds the resilience
Does.
we need. Going through those failures builds the resilience, and persevering through it is something that we can, as student leaders, strive for. To build that resilience so that later in life we can overcome bigger challenges that we may face. Love that.
Like I know parents that not only have able-bodied kids, I have kids with needs as well. Myself, I'm a parent with a boy that has special needs, and I know so many others, and some very, very dear friends of mine. And you want to talk about perseverance? You want to talk about resilience? I mean, and that comes from my mum and dad, what they did to raise me.
Yeah, yep.
And it's passed down the line, down to generation under generation under generation.
Yep.
Now, I know that my boy now has, and Leanne and I instilled, perseverance and resilience and all this compassion and pride and, and love. We instilled all of that into him, and discipline, and then he has all of that as well. And that's, as parents, what you got to pass down to your kids. And then those kids will pass it on to their kids.
So important, yeah. Yep, because it creates that cycle.
Absolutely, mate. It's the big snowball effect.
Well, I love it, JC. There you go. So perseverance, resilience, love those two. There's favorite idea. I got more than I bargained for right there. That's for sure.
Well, that's good.
Now, JC, not everyone gets the opportunity to sit in your chair in your living room and get lots of wisdom from you like I have gotten to today. But there is the opportunity for students to hear more from you.
Yes, mate.
At the upcoming National Young Leaders Day, where you'll be speaking at each of the 8 events they're running, as well as 10. No, 8. I think there's 8 this year.
8, right.
8 this year. And then there's also the opportunity for you coming to their school.
Yes.
Where can they find out more information? We briefly touched on this at the beginning.
Mate, we did. They can go to johncoutis.com.
Excellent.
Is my website, or across all my social media, Twitter, Instagram is just John Coutis.
John Coutis.
Yep, that's JOHNCOUTIS. Also have a YouTube, which you know about as well. And I can come and speak in all your schools or teachers' conferences, principals' conferences, whatever it might be. Reach out to my mates at Halogen.
Yep.
johncoutis.com, and there's plenty of stuff on there that you can get it all sorted, and the team will get back to you pretty damn quickly.
Excellent. And hopefully some of these students actually get the opportunity to have you in their school. If not, there's plenty of great stuff floating around from 1 Minute Wisdoms from previous National Young Leaders Days, or even stuff that you post yourself on your content. So
as well, I've got my
You've got your podcast as well. Yes.
JC's Rolling Success Show.
Yep.
So that all goes really, really well. And now with all this other beautiful gear, it's going to be even better.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thanks, JC. Thanks for joining us on this podcast.
Thanks very much, Gage.
Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Thanks for listening to the Student Leadership News Podcast. Interact with us on social media and follow the news online at studentleadership.news.